This week's practice in the Whole Life Challenge is to journal for 10 minutes every day, any way you like.
You know, this is a practice I've been doing, gosh, probably now for a year. And I started...
Well, you've been a journaler for a long time.
I have been a journaler, not consistent. So
Right.
when I say I've been doing it for a year, I've been consistent for a year.
Gotcha.
I started with something last year called the 5-minute journal. Something I've written about. It's on our website. You can look it up. You can Google it. It's got a bunch of prompts, and the prompts make it so that it's literally 5 minutes. It doesn't take. It limits the amount of time you get to spend doing your journal, so it takes 5 minutes. And that wouldn't give you your lifestyle practice points for this challenge because it's 10 minutes of journaling. So,
well, I've always struggled a little bit with journaling because when I sit down, I'm never quite sure. I'm like, what am I supposed to write about? Am I supposed to write my life story? Right. So I like the idea of having almost questions to answer or things to reflect on. And there are several different types of journaling that we've both experimented with that are useful in different ways. One of my favorites is called Freeform Writing. Now, this is a pretty unconventional form of journaling because it doesn't require you to write in a journal that you're going to keep. The idea of freeform writing is just to literally write for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, as long as you really feel like it, and you're getting the context or the energy out of your brain onto the paper. A lot of times when I'm doing it, I'm starting new words before old words are finished. It's almost like scribbling, and it's a very kind of energetic form of journaling to help clear a lot of junk out. At the end, I tear it up or I burn it and it's gone. Another form of journaling I've played with, which is also kind of interesting, is more like a diary or reflective journaling, where I might ask myself, how was this thing today? Or if I have something interesting happen, I write it down, and as I'm writing, I start to learn more things about it. So it both keeps track of important events in my life, but also helps me to reflect on them or process maybe what they meant.
If you keep a journal that is organized, like if you number things, you could possibly use it as a way at the end of the year to look back over your year to see how what things worked, what things didn't work. There's a practice in a book that's a very popular book called The Artist Way. It's about keeping morning pages and writing 3 pages in the morning before you do anything else and just getting it out, whatever it is out. That's similar to freeform writing, but you don't burn the pages. This is something you keep.
Yeah, the interesting thing about journaling is it doesn't have to be anything. The most important thing to remember is you're not writing it for anyone else to read. It doesn't have to be, quote, good. It's not literature. It's a way for you to kind of interact with your thoughts, interact with your memories, process what's going on, especially with freeform writing. You can literally run out of things to write and say, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, until something else comes out.
Something will come. Believe it or not, it sounds kind of crazy, and I thought it was crazy, and I did that, and it actually worked. Something else actually started coming out of my pen.
So don't worry about how good, quote unquote, what you write is.
It is writing with a pen or a pencil into a heart. It's not typing. This is not a typing practice.
Right, especially with something like freeform writing, because it really is that connection to getting it out. So that's going to be your practice for this week in the Whole Life Challenge, journaling for 10 minutes.